Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and this is a part 1 of Let's Play .hack GU Last Recode. This just went on sale for like 85% off. This is a collection of all 3 GU games, and apparently a 4th chapter they added in. Now, maybe in the second part I might go to adjust the screen size in the recording, but I had to make it smaller because I had to do that, and I had to lower every graphics setting to the absolute lowest possible, because for some reason it was overloading OBS to even record this. Like, I haven't started the game or anything, it was overloading OBS to where it was just immediate encoding error. And so hopefully this game is recordable or even playable on my laptop. If not, that's kind of disappointing. That being said, I think this would be the very first game that I might set up as a scheduled Let's Play. By that I mean, right now it is Wednesday morning. And I think what I'm going to do is when I do record .hack, I am going to record one part at relatively maybe a half hour to an hour. And I'm only going to do that on Sunday mornings. So starting this upcoming Sunday morning, I'll at least attempt to get into this. I say attempt because that encoding error issue I had with OBS being overloaded by just the title screen is worrying. I mean, I did run into issues with Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, even with lowering those graphic settings as low as possible, to where it just wasn't a recordable thing. Now, that being said, a reason why aside from wanting to avoid an encoding error, because for some reason this PS2 game is just too much if I try to use the full graphics. I don't know why. Anyway, another reason, aside from wanting to avoid an encoding error, is I played the original .hack quadrilogy. Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine. I would say all of them, except for Quarantine, because back when I was playing it on PS2, which was like, 20 years ago? Or some shit? I could never get a hold of Quarantine in America. It just really wasn't a common thing, and really ordering online wasn't a big thing a lot of people did. So, yeah. That being said, when I first got .hack Infection, I think I first started playing it a Friday afternoon after I got off school. And I played it straight until the next morning, and I saw sunlight, like, oh shit. I took a nap, woke up, and played the rest of .hack Infection that one weekend. And of course, I played the next 2 parts of that quadrilogy, but I never could get a hold of Quarantine. And each one was its own PS2 game. I remember the fight with Scape at the end of .hack Infection was pretty damn hard. But, simply put, the old .hack series was way too fucking addicting. And I have an addictive personality. Thank God I've never done any drugs. That being said, I would never be able to give up ice cold Pepsi. That being said, yeah, I'm imposing this limitation to keep me from binging this game. Because otherwise, I will go balls to the wall in this game. That being said, I don't know. Does .hack GU hold up in comparison to the original .hack quadrilogy? Because like I said, I remember playing Infection. I still have the physical copies of those cases, and each one comes with a anime OVA. So I still have that. I still have those. Heck, I know I said I wouldn't record any more live streams ever again, but, if I ever do get a Final Fantasy VIII Gunblade, Squall's Gunblade, which I am considering, then, you know what, maybe in that video I'll show off a few things that I think I may have shown off the .hack stuff before, but I might do it again. But, show off the physical cases for the old .hack games. Also, I have the limited edition Bofuri anime Season 1. It's Bofuri. It's called Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. There's so much of it, it feels like fucking Gurren Lagann. It's just insane the way here's the thing. It is the most wholesome anime I have ever seen. Bofuri is, the main character is Maple, or Kaede, and it's just so many broken things. It'd be like Kirito from Sword Art Online would be complaining. He'd be like, what? What do you mean people are playing video games for fun? Because there's no one actually getting hurt. It's all just people playing a video game and having fun. And just ridiculous shenanigans. It is the most wholesome anime I think that has ever been made. And it is hilarious every moment of it. Now, granted, I have seen some edited clips on YouTube of people editing it to sound a little less wholesome. Like the scene after her first event. You know, there's an edit where, you know, since she has max defense, it's like, well, how'd you like the first event? Well, I took a pounding, but I enjoyed it. Which is not what she actually says, but I mean, it's pretty funny, and it fits with the context of the faces people are making, the embarrassment she has afterward. But it's a very well done anime. It's got good music, it's got amazing voice acting, and just the animation, the story, everything about it's well done, it's incredible, it has you at the edge of your seat, and it is hilarious. So if I ever do get the Final Fantasy VIII Gunblade from Squall, like I said, I'm thinking about it. You know, if I ever do buy that and get it, I'll have a live stream and I'll show off the dot hack cases, the Bofuri, and of course, you know, it comes not just with the anime, but it comes with some art books and all sorts of other, you know, things. You know, it's a limited edition. So, it's really cool. I like it a lot. And I think it's probably one of the best animes I've watched in my life. And I've watched a lot of anime. And I'm looking forward to a Season 2 of Bofuri. I'm also looking forward to a Season 4 and 5 of Overlord. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to actually play this game at all this part. I'll be recording, like I said, this is the only Let's Play I'm going to actually have. This is the first one, at least, anyway. That's going to be a scheduled Let's Play, where I'm going to be recording one part of this every Sunday morning. Right now it's Wednesday morning. This is just introducing this game. But, yeah, it's just... I honestly think I'd rather replay the first quadrilogy again, but I didn't see that available anywhere on Steam at all. So maybe they'll do that in time? But if this is anything like the original quadrilogy, I'm going to want to take my time, and I'm going to have to try very hard to force myself not to binge this. Also, on a note on the original dot hack infection, there's a hacker who, you know, has an in-game sprite called Helga, and holy shit, those tits! She is fucking sexy. And just, yeah, holy shit, Helga. Those boobs. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, main point is this. I'll actually click. Right now I have OBS Chan in the forefront, so let's actually click on the actual thing. I don't know how this... I don't want to do that right now. Go back. Anyway, the original quadrilogy was Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and... what the fuck? Quarantine. And like I said, it was a very immersive game, and I got way too fucking deep into that when I was younger. Now that being said, it is recommended to have played those games before hopping to this, because apparently, you know, this is a direct sequel. The other thing is that not only were you recommended to see the OVAs that came with the games, it was also recommended to watch the anime dot hack Sign, which is the one about Tsukasa, which is kind of a prequel before the quadrilogy games. It's about Aura before she went to sleep. So, dot hack Sign it's an awesome anime, but I can't really describe it as wholesome. I mean, it's not outright bad when it comes to certain things, but it's got some dark moments that, yeah, I feel disqualifies it from wholesome. By the way, looking at the twin blade here, are your swords people's spines? I'm just... okay. There's also another Dot Hack Roots anime, but I don't think I've seen that one. Anyway, there's Rebirth. Oh, shit, that girl with pink hair is hot. Well, that's just very aesthetic. I like that. Also, the girl on the right side reminds me of Rei Ayanami from Evangelion. I'm trying to think of what anime that reminds me of. Like the way that art style is. Not sure. What's this? Terminal... I don't even know what the fuck this is. Parody mode? What is that? Anyway, so I'm looking forward to playing this, and if they ever come out with the original quadrilogy of Infection and all that, I'll give that a shot. Though, I'm going to take this slow because I want to savor this game, because like I said, I have a bit of an addictive personality. If I do something I like, I really want to keep doing it, and I just don't want to overdo it. It's kind of like with Danganronpa. I steamrolled the first 2 games pretty much after, because I played the first couple parts of the Danganronpa series. Like I played one part that I didn't do shit for a couple months, just because life, and then I went back into it and I steamrolled through most of it. But I'm still going through number 3, but I'm just recording a part of that mainly either on days I have off from work, or just whenever I just feel the fancy for it. But I'm trying to not let myself record that except on days I have off from work. And this will be on Sunday mornings. Right now, this is a Wednesday morning. This is me introducing it. This game was apparently on sale. Like, it's the 15th anniversary of the GU game coming out. So maybe on like a 20th anniversary, they'll come out with the original quadrilogy. Because it just... I know if I don't set this limitation, I will fucking binge this shit. And I don't want to burn myself out. And I want to actually enjoy this. I want to have every bite of this game to feel like the first. So, yeah. That being said, there's no guarantee that when I do actually start recording this game, that I might have to keep the screen size the way it is right here. Just because it seems I have to have it this way, and I had to have all the graphic settings at the lowest possible thing, or just immediately, in just 2 seconds of the recording, it was just straight up. And like right now, I see like CPU usage. It's just, it does more for this than it does for like any other game that I've seen. So I'm not sure if my computer can actually handle recording this. So if I can't, I can't. I mean, there's plenty of other people who played this. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to it, and it'd be disappointing that if I can't. But I'm going to take a long-ass time playing this. Just, I want to enjoy it. But I hope all of you enjoy it too, and like I said, don't expect a speed run. Don't expect any kind of skilled gameplay. Expect some random nerdy guy playing a game who has no sense of direction in real life, let alone in a virtual world. Just meandering around, talking to NPCs, and just feeling immersed in the game. I'm going to lose track that I'm even doing a Let's Play, okay? I'm going to just get lost in this game. And so it may not be entertaining at all. I may just, just enjoy the game myself, and I'll probably forget at times that, there's even a recording happening. But that's the kind of game that the original Dot Hack quadrilogy was. And that's kind of what I'm hoping from this. It's just, and by kind of, I mean, in a way I hope it's not as addictive. Otherwise, I'm going to be like fucking craving it like a fucking withdrawal all week. Once I do one part on a Sunday, I'll be like, if it's too good, it's going to be painful not to come back to this right away and just binge it for like 20 hours straight. So hopefully I can enjoy this game as much as possible. without feeling like I'm going through drug withdrawal. Because, yeah, it's just, if I enjoy this game too much, I'm going to want to just keep playing. And it's going to be too hard to stop. So, yeah, I'm going to have that limitation. Just on Sunday mornings. Because we're going to have to. Otherwise, I'm going to binge the shit out of this. And that wouldn't be healthy at all. So, yeah, let's try to dot hack GU responsibly. So, on a side note, I hope all of you out there are happy and you guys find some good anime or a game that you guys enjoy. Heck, if in the comments, let me know what animes you like. What video games do you guys like to play? What makes you happy? What's an interest you find? Like, is it guitar? Is it music? What bands? What instruments? If it's guitar, what scales do you normally play? I don't know. Can any of you draw? Even if you can't draw, you know, you can always start somewhere. Besides, it's not about how much improvement you make. It's about, are you enjoying yourself? So even if your drawings aren't that good by other people's standards, I mean, if you enjoy doing them, that's all that matters. Keep at it. I just want all of you to be happy. So, yeah. Oh yeah, have you guys ever checked out Metalocalypse or Death Clock? That's pretty fucking hilarious. So, I think I'm starting to ramble, even though that's my default just state of existing. So I'm going to stop this recording as soon as I can find my mouse. But yeah, I'll record one part relatively. I'll try to aim between a half hour. Actually, I'll try to aim between, like, say, 20 minutes to an hour for a part. There was also a really dumb idea I had as a kid back when I played the old Dot Hack Quadrilogy. And the idea there was, you know, like you'd put in random code words to get different zones. At one point, I considered the idea of writing down a list of every code I wrote down, and the idea of what if I could go through every single zone possible in the game. But eventually, when I did the math on that back then, I realized that it would take years. But I was still intrigued by it. But yeah, I'm not going to go that far with it. But this is not going to be a speed run. It's not going to be a display of skill. It's just going to be this random motherfucker right here, known as Lunar D8, just wandering around and enjoying the sights. And half the time I might forget you guys are there. Because the Dot Hack universe, even the animes, are very immersive. And they're amazing. I think at one point I read a synopsis of Dot Hack GU just because I never saw a physical copy of the PS2 game. Ever. Hell, I could never even find Quarantine. So, I wanted to know what happened in the story. But that was way back then, so I don't remember anything. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy series. I've played all the Final Fantasy games as far as I'm aware of, but I mainly remember Final Fantasy 1 is about Garland and the Fiends, and at some point there's an elf cave where you can't wear metal. 2 has got a weird leveling system and an emperor. 3 has an Onion Knight and the Cloud of Darkness, which wasn't nearly as sexy until it became the Dissidia thing. 4, you know, is about Zeromus. It's basically the plot of Berserk, except more kid-friendly. Then we have Final Fantasy V, which I wanted to play, but it didn't really work out, so maybe I could try it at some point other time if I get a different version of it available. But I kind of feel like I want to name my character from that Guts from Berserk. And I remember Final Fantasy V being the one that introduced the whole job system that was later used in Tactics, which is also an amazing Final Fantasy game. But And of course Tactics, I remember that story fairly well. I'm just terrible at the game, but I remember that game. But 5, I remember having a lot of fun with that, and it being amazing, but I don't remember anything about the story. I remember there being like a water ice dungeon with Shiva at some point that I thought was really fun. And I remember X-Deck that's actually just a very angry tree. Yeah, he's an angry tree. 6 has got Kefka, and Magitech, and Slave Crowns and stuff. 7, we all know what 7 is. We remember that story. Same with 8, and 9. Even though those are the most memorable, and I would say the main reason I remember 7, 8, 9 so much, the stories of Cloud, Squall, and Zidane so well, is because I probably played each of those Final Fantasies more than a dozen times. I have the original PlayStation 1 discs of those games. It was just... Now, Final Fantasy X, I don't remember jack shit! So if I ever play it, it might as well count as a blind Let's Play, because I can't remember anything. 11 was some online thing. 12, I remember the story of, I just didn't really enjoy. 13, I don't remember, I think there's a 13.1, 13.2, and a 13.3 called Lightning Returns. And also, I don't remember jack shit of that, so it would technically count as a blind Let's Play, because I don't remember anything. 14's an online thing. 15, I tried to play at one point. I borrowed a physical copy from a library that actually had a PS4 game, but my PS4 couldn't handle it. So, maybe at some point I might try Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy 13. And of course, whenever they release a remaster of Final Fantasy V, because I tried the old version of Final Fantasy V, and I just had the blinding white screen of disappointment. But they're planning to do a re-release of it, so maybe that'll work better. Anyway, like I said, it's a long video for me not actually doing shit, but yeah. I look forward to doing this as long as my computer and OBS can handle it. And if it can't, then I'll just feel sad and disappointed. Anyway.